Hello you all, it's Jay. Welcome back. Welcome to my home. In this week's video, we're going to tackle some speed cleaning because I had somebody dropping by, so I had to whip the downstairs into shape really quick. And then I'm going to take you into my wax room and we're going to have a little candle chat, a little wax chat, and I'm going to clean that room as well. And I'm also going to sneak in a Halloween Dollar Tree haul. So I hope you'll subscribe down below and let's get started. Kicking things off right in the front room, I'm going to go ahead and pick up all this junk off the floor, my shoes, my reusable shopping bags, some clothes, and I'm going to get that stuff all put away. And then I'm going to show you a quick Dollar Tree haul. I finally finished my Halloween shopping, which is a little bit bittersweet. I love buying for Halloween as much as I love looking at and displaying Halloween objects, but I had to finish sometime. So I just picked up a few last minute things at the Dollar Tree. Kicking things off with this super quick Dollar Tree haul, I picked up this silhouette of a witch stirring her pot. I saw a DIY on YouTube of somebody painted it black and they put it in their window, so I'm gonna go ahead and give that a try. It was only $1.25 and I was in the mood to buy some stuff. And then here are the scrubbers I mentioned in my last video. If you haven't seen it, I gave my bathroom a really good deep clean and I replaced the toilet. But this reminds me of the Kaboom plus OxyClean because you spray it on and it starts purple or blue, I think blue or purple, and then it turns white when it's ready. So for $1.25, I figured why not. And then I got this hanging ghost. I saw another Dollar Tree DIY where somebody made this look like these ghosts that were big at Pottery Barn. They're absolutely beautiful, but they sold out and they were extremely expensive, but they were really cool. So I thought maybe I would give it a try with this little cheap little hanging ghost. And if not, there's really no loss. Even just hanging, I think it's perfectly reasonable for the price, but I do want to try and do a DIY with it. I'm not a big crafter. I've tried for many years. And then I picked up these syringes because I just thought they were so cool, a little bit edgy. I picked up some spider webs. You always can't have enough spider webs around Halloween time. I picked up a green one and a white one. I don't think I've ever seen the green before. I love these spiders. Look, you can see the size compared to my hand, and I got them in brown and black. I also got these two little, very poorly painted pumpkins, but I figured for last minute fill-ins, they were good. And then some more spiders and some creepy cloth. I actually paid more for that at Target, but I picked a spare one up at the DT. I just love these spiders. I just think they're so cool and they're fuzzy, so I just thought it was a really good value. And here, I picked up this scrubber. I'm hoping it'll be a good alternative for the Scotch-Brite scrubber that I currently use on my tub. If I can get it at the Dollar Tree, why not? These pumpkins are a catfish. They look just like my Brock's Mellow Cream pumpkins. I love them. I love that candy. These look the same, but they smell weird and they taste off. Do not buy them. If you like Mellow Cream pumpkins, do not waste your time on the Zachary brand from the Dollar Tree. If you don't like them, that's fine, but the pumpkins might change your mind. And I picked up these pumpkins from Target. I did return them. That big one was $25 and this one was $15. Ridiculous prices and they don't look that good. And then I got this little cutie from the Dollar or Bullseye's Playground for $5. Great buy for $5. It lights up. It has a good weight to it. It's small, but it's really cute. Definitely worth your $5. Those glass pumpkins, I don't think they're worth the splurge. You can spend $40 elsewhere for sure. Now I'm just going to go ahead and keep cleaning this area, especially this needs to be clean because that is where the person is going to walk into my home, and I'd rather them not see or smell any junk when they come in. Last thing to do before I moved on to the living room was to take my laundry upstairs. I do come back into this room, but I wanted to make sure that I got the big stuff done. So I had to take a break once I got all the big cleaning and move on to another disaster of a room. While we are still just chugging along, I figured I'd take a second to introduce myself. My name is Jay. I live in Maryland. I own this home. I've owned this home for just over 2 years now, and it is an older home. It's from the early 1960s, so there is always something to do, always something to update, so it definitely keeps me on my toes. So I started this channel to just show people that they too could attain a home and maintain it by yourself. Yeah, I didn't see a lot of people in my same situation making these types of videos, so I just thought that if I could inspire one person, motivate, entertain, yeah, I would love that. And I love watching these videos, so it's really a privilege to make them now. To do the floor, I'm just using my Dyson, and my Dyson does do a good job. I just prefer to use the big vacuum on this carpet, and I actually took it out, but I was running out of time and I didn't want to, plug it in, lug it around, do all that stuff. So I just vacuumed with the Dyson, and then I easily transitioned into the front room and just continued my vacuuming there. And on the couch, I do have 2 blankets. The orange one is like a decor piece, but I think I'm going to move it upstairs to the bed. Like across the foot of my bed, because it's just not big enough to curl up in, and I'm all about function and I love to curl up on the couch. So now I have a dark blue out of season blanket and this orange one, so that's why they are both there. If you're wondering where any of the furniture in here is from, I picked up the 2 swivel chairs from Target. They're relatively new. They're a little pricey, but so beautiful and comfortable in person. The love seat I picked up from Walmart very recently. I was very surprised by the quality of it. And then the 2 orange pumpkin pillows are from Target just last week. Here in the kitchen, I'm cleaning my wax warmer, and I love home fragrance. My name is Jay Scented Home. I started with my Instagram, which really just is all about candles and wax melts and home fragrance. But when people come to my house, I don't want them to be overwhelmed by scent. So I turn off all of my wax warmers, and I do open up my sliding glass door just to kind of air the house out a little bit. Of course, it's gonna smell because I'm a scented gal. I love scents, but I try not to overwhelm people because everybody, doesn't like the smell of candles. And we are all done with that super quick tidy. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll stay tuned because now we're gonna go chat about candles and wax melts, and we're gonna get into cleaning my wax room. So here is where I make wax melts, and I have this candle. So what I like to do with my candles to kind of make the scent last longer is I turn them into wax melts. So you put a candle in the freezer and it'll dislodge from the jar. So I put it in the freezer and then I took it out and I waited for it to come to room temperature. And now I'm just going to chop this candle up into chunks so that I can melt it throughout my home. So this is really useful if you can't have candles or they just irritate you or you feel like they're unsafe and you prefer wax melts. It's so smart to just buy a candle and chop it up. And to do that, I'm simply using a soap cutter. The wicks come out fairly easily, as you can see, and I got the soap cutter from Michael's. I put a timestamp just in case you're not interested in this, I guess, helpful technique or anything like that, if you just want me to get back to the cleaning. But I have had some people from my Instagram kind of asked me to try and incorporate more wax and candle content into my videos. And this is just something that I do. When I came into this room, and it's just a spare bedroom, I call it my wax room because I have my wax station set up in here. And those are about the size pieces you want. You want to cut the wax into 1 ounce chunks, and you're going to say, well, how do I know what's 1 ounce? I have scales, but it just small chunks that'll fit in your wax warmer. So anything that'll fit in the dish of your wax warmer. And I put the wax in the jar, and whatever doesn't fit, I'm gonna put inside this bakery bag. And the bakery bag is lined. It's a poly lined bakery bag. I purchased mine on Amazon, but you don't want to put your candles in regular plastic bags or brown paper bags because the scent is gonna leach out and it's gonna make everything around it smell, and the wax itself is not gonna hold its scent as long. So you want to put them in polypropylene bags or poly-lined wax bags. And if you Google any of this, I mean, there's so many videos on YouTube. This is just what I do. And I do buy, they call them poly bags. I do buy them and I have a stash of them, not only for wax I pour, but just when I started buying vendor wax a couple years ago, I would rebag wax and all that stuff. So it's quite an involved hobby and an involved community. A little bit pricey to make your own, but buying it, it's, I think, much cheaper than candles. You can get a wider variety of scents in smaller quantities, and you can just experience home fragrance in a different way. But now it's all nice and neatly packaged, and when I want to melt this, I just take pieces out and put them in my wax warmer. And I've been melting this candle. It's Pumpkin Pecan Waffles by Bath & Body Works, a classic, and I think it smells better when it's warming rather than burning as a candle, which is interesting, but that's just my personal opinion. But I did include this because I've had people ask me to incorporate more home fragrance type stuff, but I know everybody's not into that, but I really am, and you know, it's my channel and I just think it's interesting. But now we're going to get down to the actual cleaning of the room. I've been doing a lot of pouring, so I'm just using alcohol, that's regular rubbing alcohol in that bottle, and I use a little plastic scraper to scrape up any wax residue on the table, and then I wipe down with alcohol in a microfiber cloth. The alcohol is going to help sop up any fragrance oils so that my tools can be free of scent when I go to use them again. And I just use a little Presto pot. I purchased this one, I believe it was an Etsy seller, but they may be on Amazon. And from what I've seen, everybody who has been a beginner candle wax maker, you kind of start with a pot similar to this, and then you upgrade to a Big Daddy wax melter. And I've looked at those, but I'm not selling yet, so I don't know if I'm going to put the money into that. And then on the table behind me are just fragrance oils, and I have my heat gun and thermometer and just all things that really need to be put away so that I can have a clean workspace. I recently just upgraded my picnic tables for this white table, also from Amazon. I got it at a really good deal, and eventually I do want to replace my other folding tables with those, but for now I just make do with what I have. But my setup it's looking a little janky right now, but it definitely works for me, and I don't want to say I'm at peace. That's a little dramatic. I would say I'm at peace when I'm reading my fiction novels, but I feel really good and like proud of myself. And I guess I feel like a little scientist when I'm down here pouring my wax melts. So I really do enjoy it a lot. And here I'm just trying to make better use of my space. I had way too many fragrance oils out on the table. I get so excited I want to pour everything, and that's just not feasible. So I'm just trying to consolidate my supplies and have a cleaner workspace. I did have a pretty long clip of me actually showing you what I've made, and I didn't show like my logo yet, but I did show some wax I've poured, but I took it out because I can just get wrapped up in my hobbies and talk on and on. But that's probably something I'll incorporate in another video. If you're wondering, like, she keeps talking about this wax she's pouring, like, where is it? I did show it, but I cut it out, but I'll show it at a later time. I do sell online. I sell on sites such as Mercari and Poshmark, so I keep all of my packing supplies in here too. So we're gonna spin around and clean up the boxes in the closet. I was looking for a specific box that I didn't have, so I just kind of pulled everything out and I had to get it put back. Please let me know about the length of this video. I've been trying to cut them down a little bit shorter, a little more concise, but you'll have to let me know, do you prefer this or longer videos? And that is it. Thank you so much, especially if you made it all the way to the end. I hope you'll give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you again very soon.